Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. This is going to be a really quick overview of some of the parts of speech for our quiz that's at the end of the week. I'd like to remind you that you should follow the links at Pritchard Links to study the individual parts of speech if you need a little bit of help for each one. But I also want to remind you that if you don't get a perfect score on the quiz on Friday, you can retake it as many times as you want. So you should get 100% eventually. So let's start here with number one. It begins with the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Sometimes on a parts of speech test, you're going to have multiple words underlined. And when this occurs, it's usually either a verb or a noun here with other parts of it. One thing that you'll notice is that every single letter, except for the preposition of, but every letter, most of the letters of this underlined part is, most of the letters, the first letters are capitalized. And this is what you do with what are called proper nouns, like a name of something or a name of a person or a place of a thing, if it's unique. So this is going to be a noun because it's a proper noun. Now a noun is a person, place, or a thing. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is either a thing or a place, depending on how you think about it. And you can also eliminate these. It's not an adverb. It's not an adverb because it doesn't describe a verb, adjective, or other adverb by telling us when something is done, where something is done, why something is done, how something is done. Adverbs answer questions like when, where, why, how, or to what extent. And you might think, oh, well, the Leaning Tower of Pisa is a place, so it can tell us where. Well, it doesn't tell us where something is done. It is the subject of the sentence. And it's not a preposition either. A preposition is a word that shows relationships between things, and it usually fits in this sentence frame. You should write this down in your notes. The cat walked blank the box. Now this doesn't work for all prepositions, but most of the time prepositions will fill this blank. All right, adjectives. It's not an adjective either. Adjectives describe nouns, and they tell us which one, how many, or what kind. So it can't be that. It is a noun. It's a place or a thing. Number two, we have the word that. That here is a pronoun. This, that, these, and those, these are all pronouns. This is a pronoun that starts what's called an adjective clause. It's a little bit advanced, but you can only start an adjective clause with a pronoun, and this is one of them. That. Okay. Three. Could have made. So here we have multiple words underlined, similar to number one, but in this one we have helper verbs. We have could and have, which are helper verbs to the main verb made. This is one verb. It's a verb phrase. It has two helpers, so this is a verb. An incredible exclamation. Let me move this up. Incredible exclamation. This is what's called an interjection. We know that because it expresses emotion. This exclamation point is required if you use an interjection. Interjections come in two flavors. There are really strong interjections like wow, or swear words like darn, or other more colorful swear words that you can think of. These words are usually followed by these exclamations, but there are some interjections that are a little bit more subtle, like or which is a more British kind of thing. It's their version of or exclamations like oh. And these exclamations are followed by commas if they're a little bit more subtle. Sometimes you'll see something like this. You'll see dot 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 ellipsis. You want to try to avoid that. That's informal. It's either commas or exclamations. Okay, All right, guys, so let's move on to 5. We have the word herself. Herself, this knee-jerk reaction, it's a pronoun. Anything that's like I or me, he or him, she or her, we or us, or they or them, any of these words or anything with self after it, like myself, himself, herself, ourselves, or themselves, those are all going to be pronouns. So you always want to do that. The only exception to this is if they're used as adjectives. And this is kind of tricky. If I say, give that to her, her is a pronoun. It is a pronoun. It's taking the place of the name of the girl that you're giving something to. But if I say something like this is a little bit different. That is her car. Now, so here we have a pronoun, this first one. This one is actually an adjective. It's a little bit different. This is a use of a pronoun to describe which car we're talking about. Which car? Her car. So these words by themselves are pronouns, but if they're right in front of another noun and they're describing it, they can be used as adjectives to only the second list here. Her car, well, not the second list, but the possessive case. So this would be my car, his car, her car, our car, or THEIR, their car. So these words can be used as adjectives. Okay, so that was a bit confusing. Sorry about that. Number 6, this is even more confusing. This is a conjunction. This is called a correlative conjunction, and they are pairs of words that work together. So we have neither, and we're going to use an ellipsis to show that there's stuff in between them, nor, and this would be not only ... but also, and of course either, either ... or. And these are called correlative conjunctions, co-relative. There are two relatives and they're coordinating, they're with each other. The other type of conjunctions are coordinating conjunctions, which are these words. And this is easy to remember because it's an acronym, fanboys, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. These are called coordinating conjunctions. And then there are a whole ton of conjunctions called subordinating conjunctions. And these are words like because, until. And there are a whole bunch of them. These are called subordinating conjunctions. Okay, 7. This is an adverb. We know this for a couple of reasons. Most ly endings are adverbs. This tells us to what extent something is unnoticed, so it answers an adverbial question. If you don't remember what those are, look at what I said about question 1. Number 8, beneath. This is a preposition. It fits the cat walked blank the box. The cat walked beneath the box. Most prepositions will fill this blank. 8. So that. This is one of those subordinating conjunctions that I was talking about. This is a conjunction. So that the senior class can take a field trip to the Smithsonian Institution. Now this is a conjunction and not a preposition because first of all, I don't think it really fits the cat walked thing. The cat walked so that the box, that's not very good. This is a conjunction because it subordinates this independent clause. The senior class can take a field trip to the Smithsonian Institution. That would be a complete sentence were it not for the words so and that. Subordinating conjunctions, they go in front of clauses like this, something that could be a complete sentence, and they make them no longer a complete sentence. And this is called a subordinating conjunction. That's kind of tricky. All right, lastly, 10. This, that, these, those. Those words are usually pronouns unless they come in front of nouns. The word this here tells us what kind of type. What type of garden? This type of garden. So this actually tells us what kind of type, which means it is an adjective. It tells us which one, what kind, or how many. So hopefully that was helpful. If you found my explanations very confusing, take a look at the link. It gives a lot more examples. If you go to Pritchard Links and you look at the notes, and hopefully that'll be helpful. Thank you for watching.